Welcome, race fans, here to the Daytona International Speedway as we are getting ready for the kickoff for the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2016. 40 drivers are lined up on pit road getting ready to go green in the PowerShares QQQ 300. On the front row will be the number 18 of Daniel Suarez, his second consecutive pole here at Daytona, and on his outside, the number 3 of Ty Dillon. We had a total of 44 entries. Only 40 made the show. Last night we saw the number 33 of Johnny Sauter get the win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Kick off the Truck Series season here in 2016. And tomorrow, Sunday, Joey Logano and Kurt Busch, your front row, for the 58th running of the Daytona 500. We are not racing in the day. We are racing at night because, I really prefer not racing over day racing at Daytona. And that is pretty much all on the pre-race news. Now let's take a look at your Sunoco starting grid. On row number 1, we have the number 18 Aris Toyota of Daniel Suarez, his second straight pole here at Daytona, alongside the number 3 of Ty Dillon.
Drivers, start your engine!
But then in row number 2, we had 2 JGR Toyotas, Erik Jones, the defending truck champion, alongside two-time 500 winner Matt Kenseth. Row 3, your defending champion in the series, Chris Buescher, and the number 60 finished second in this race 1 year ago, alongside the number 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Row 4, you will find the 88 Dale Earnhardt Jr. a threat to win today's race, alongside the number 2 of Brandon Jones. Row 5, the number 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr., alongside the 22 of Brad Keselowski, who's been so close to winning this race. Row number 6 is the 33 of Brian Scott, alongside defending Daytona winner Ryan Reed. Row 7, James Buescher, the 2012 winner, and Josh Berry making his Daytona debut. Cole Custer also making his debut at Daytona alongside the 98 of Ryan Truex. Row 9, the 43 Petty Blue of Eric Almirola, alongside the 42 of Brendan Poole. Row 10, the 51 of Jeremy Clements and Ross Chastain, who had a top 10 in this race 1 year ago. Row 11, the 39 of Ryan Sieg and the 28 of Cole Witt, making his debut at JGL Racing. Row 12, teammates at JDM, Landon Castle in the 01 and Michael Self in the 0. And then on row 13, John West Townley in the 25 and Parker Kligerman for Baker Racing. Row 14, TriStar teammates Blake Cook and Cale Connolly. Row 15, we had the 84 Mason Mangus Rookie of the Year contender alongside 10-time ARCA winner Bobby Gerhart. Row 16, the 44 of David Starr and the 26 rookie Chad Burton. Row 17, Rookie of the Year contenders Brandon Godovic and Tyler Young. Row 18, ARCA veteran Mark Thompson and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Row 19, Joey Gase and Ryan Ellis. And running out the field, the number 70 of Derek Cope and Benny Gordon, the last guy to qualify on time. 4 drivers failed to qualify, but coming down to the green flag. Daniel Suarez, Ty Dillon in your front row. We're on the way here from Daytona. The 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series season is underway. A pretty good job on the 18 of Suarez, and now on the inside, making it 3 wide is that 60 of Chris Buescher. Looks to have his teammate Darrell Wallace Jr. right behind him on the inside lane, moving towards the front. And on the inside comes the 60 of Chris Buescher. On the inside of the 18 of Daniel Suarez. A couple of 4s lined up on the inside. We got Chris Buescher, Darrell Wallace, Brad Keselowski, and then you got the 1 of James Buescher and Ryan Reed. A lot of 4s on the inside lane. But moving towards the front, Chris Buescher, picking up where he left off in 2015, won the championship, running another year in Xfinity. And it looks like he's going to lead lap number 1 in 2016. Chris Buescher out in front of the field at Daytona. Not so fast. Here comes his teammate Darrell Wallace Jr. in that Cheez-It Ford, and he puts with that 22 of Brad Keselowski. Wallace to the front, help from the 22 of Keselowski, and then you got James Buescher, who won this race back in 2012. Running 12th on the last lap, off turn 4, the leader's wreck, including that 22 of Keselowski, and it was James Buescher who got through and won the race. His one and only win here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Has ran full-time in the Truck Series the past couple of years, and now has joined Roush Fenway Racing to run for a championship. But leading lap number 2 is going to be that number 22 of Brad Keselowski. Keselowski to the lead, and now on the inside there's that 00 of Cole Custer making his debut in the NASCAR Xfinity Series here today at Daytona. Turned 18 about a month ago, has already won 2 truck races. Keselowski moves high to pick up the outside line, led by Eric Jones. Now down to turn 3, looks like he might drop down to pick up Buescher on the inside lane, but Buescher has the nose on the inside. James Buescher and Dale Jr. now on the inside, moving to the front. Coming out turn number 4 now, we saw Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski lead the first 2 laps, and now it's going to be that one of Buescher, James Buescher, out in front of the field. But Dale Jr. in that 88, a new Tex Slayer paint scheme with Jr. When he qualified, he had like a different Tex Slayer paint scheme, the one from 2014, but let's see if he has a newer one for 2015, but he has a newer one now. And here comes his rookie driver, Cole Custer. Custer replacing Chase Elliott, but they changed the numbers from 9 to 00 to match Custer's number he ran in trucks and K&N. Then you got Brennan Poole, Brandon Jones, Eric Almirola, Josh Berry, who looks to be off pace in the 7. Josh Berry off pace, coming to pit road, the Speed Coast Chevrolet rookie Josh Berry. On lap number 4, brings that number 7 down pit road. We saw one driver have a mechanical problem in last night's truck race. That was Matt Crafton. Possibly the same with Josh Berry. He had a great run at Richmond last fall, which really helped him get a full-time ride at JRM, replacing Regan Smith. Speedco, the new primary sponsor for that number 7. And Berry, it looks like he's actually coming back out of pit road as Darrell Wallace Jr. is taking over the top spots. Darrell Wallace Jr. now out in front of the field here at Daytona. So in the first 5 laps, we've seen 5 different leaders. We've seen Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, James Buescher, Dale Jr., and now Darrell Wallace Jr. take the lead. And now we have the 33 of Brian Scott on the inside. Brian Scott, who's now racing full-time in the Cup Series in 2016, he still have yet to win here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and almost won here at Daytona last July, but ended up blocking Elliott Sadler. He got wrecked, took out more than half the field, and now the 7 of Berry comes up, merges with the lead pack, but Brian Scott looks to the inside, but Josh Berry looks like he might be holding up the outside line just a little bit, but Berry is quick though. That 7 car's been fast all weekend long. But Berry now 1 lap down as we are 7 laps in the Power Series QQQ 300. Ryan Scott led that lap, makes it 6 for 6 on new lap leaders, and now we have the 00 of Cole Custer, Brennan Poole in that 42, Brandon Jones. These guys have never won a race before in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and now Jones on the inside of Brennan Poole. Brian Scott up top with Ryan Reed. Can Brian Scott become the first driver to lead more than 1 lap today? Off turn number 4, down to the tri-ovals, that Brian Scott will have the advantage, and he will become the first driver to lead 2 laps in today's race. Now it's like Custer's starting to fall back. He lost his draft to half from the 42 of Brennan Poole. Now he's going to be stuck in the middle as here comes the 2 of Brandon Jones. Jones has Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher, and Jeremy Clements. A great run so far out of the 51 at Clements in that Job Sober Chevrolet, one of our newer paint schemes in the field. We talked about Dale Jr., how he changed paint schemes. So did Jeremy Clements. And in 4 wide up ahead, Cole Custer, Brandon Jones. Looks like there'll be 3 wide coming off turn number 4. The 01 Landon Castle has a Florida Lottery paint scheme. That's one of the new ones after qualifying. The 52 of Joey Gase has the new paint scheme in that 52, and so does the 17 of Ryan Ellis. This is 35th on through 39th. Mark Thompson, ARCA veteran Benny Gordon had a top 5 in this race 1 year ago. VSI Racing, that's actually in the July race, but still a year ago. And now up front, Ryan Reed's taking over this top spot. And now you have that number 3 of Ty Dillon on the inside, getting helped by that 60 of Chris Buescher. Two drivers who fought long and hard to win the Xfinity title 1 year ago. And now Ty Dillon leads that lap at the line. Ty Dillon out in front of the field at Daytona in that famed number 3. Ryan Reed on the outside lane, but Chris Buescher on the inside, pushing Ty Dillon by Ryan Reed. We have 4 wide again. Jeremy Clements trying to get up into 3rd place in that 51. That is a family-owned team, Jeremy Clements Racing. They picked up sponsorship from Drive Sober for the race. Now up inside the top 5 as Chris Buescher now on the inside of Ty Dillon. I'm sure Ryan Reed would love to get on the inside to help that 60, but Clements is right there on the inside, getting pushed by that 20 of Matt Kenseth. And this lead pack right here is over 22 cars. The last guy in the pack is at number 0 of Michael Self, a Rookie of the Year contender. But Buescher not able to clear Ty Dillon. In fact, Ty Dillon is able to clear Chris Buescher. So Dillon leads that lap. Buescher on the inside. Now we got 2 Joe Gibbs Toyotas, Matt Kenseth and Daniel Suarez. Got Ryan Truex in that 98, James Buescher in the 1, Brendan Gaughan in that 62. All lined up on the inside lane, moving towards the front as we have over 12 to go here at Daytona. We said earlier in last night's truck race, we did not see no caution flags, no wrecks. Only one driver did not finish. That was Matt Crafton due to a mechanical problem under the hood. So far today, we've seen a lot of hard 4-wide racing, but yet we have yet to see a yellow. A caution flag, and now the 18 of Daniel Suarez, your pole sitter. Won the pole in qualifying, and now on the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Kenseth was wanting to drop down behind Suarez, but here comes the 1 of James Buescher. Getting help with that number 62, Brendan Gaughan. And that looks like to be 4 wide again. Here comes Buescher, 4 wide. Suarez, Chris Buescher, and Ty Dillon in the middle. This is a wreck bound to happen now. They're 4 wide for 2nd place. James Buescher, Brendan Gaughan, Suarez in the middle, Matt Kenseth. Now moving up on the inside lane, Brad Keselowski, Dale Jr., Darrell Wallace. Remember Josh Berry in that 7 car. Lost a lap. He's still in this lead pack in that 7. It'll be hard though for Josh Berry to get that lap back. Brendan Gaughan now getting pushed to the front by the 22 of Keselowski. So we've seen all 4 RCR cars at the front. I don't believe the 2 has little lap, but he's been at least inside the top 2. As now Dale Jr. makes it 3 wide, that 88. Now they're 4 wide back here. And up in the outside wall goes Ryan Reed. And Suarez is wrecking down here in turn 4. Berry at the track in front of Suarez. Ryan Truex, Brian Scott involved. Chris Buescher, Cole Weather all wrecking down here in turns 3 and 4. Big wrecking and cautionable way for the first time today. And many good cars involved here in that first yellow of the day. And that line, the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. was your leader, with Brad Keselowski, Darrell Wallace Jr., Matt Kenseth, and Jeremy Clements, Brendan Gaughan, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon, Brendan Poole, and Lenny Castle, your top 10. Also on pit road, the number 7 of Josh Berry lost a lap earlier in the race. And he's going to be heading into pit road again, and out of the race goes the number 7 of Josh Berry. So it appears he will finish last in this race. Cole Witt making his debut at JJO Racing. Ryan Sieg. Chris Buescher. Looks like his day is done at 33 of Brian Scott. Expected him to have a shot at the win. Caught in a wreck. Bobby Gerhart damaged on the front of the front end of the 85. James Buescher back here, both of the Buschers involved, and Ryan Reed. He's really what really triggered all that. Daniel Suarez, the pole center, Ryan Truex, Eric Almirola, Whole bunch of good cars caught up Ty Dillon. He has left side damage. Let's get a replay of what took place of what brought out the caution for the first time today here at Daytona. Alright, we're back here. We're going to look around from the helicopter view. And let's see what's really going to happen. See, Matt Kenseth and Ty Dillon are pretty much rubbing doors. They go up into Ryan Reed. Dillon puts Reed in the wall. Then James Busher, Chris Busher, and Daniel Suarez. Looks like Kenseth will end up turning Busher down into Chris Busher, and then the 18 of Suarez. Looks like he'll get collected. Josh Berry almost had it miss, but Ty Dillon came back down. Brian Scott wrecked. Ryan Truex got wrecked. Almirola runs right in the back of the 98, I believe. Then Ryan Sieg nowhere to go. Cole Witt in that 28, he ran into the 60 of Chris Busher. Let's look at this. Cole Witt running 23rd. Busher slides down the track. I guess the 20 into Cole Witt was thinking that Busher was going to stay up the track, but not the case. Busher hard hit for that number 60. But something else happened here on the back straightaway involving the 33 of Brian Scott. Now Brian Scott was involved, and looks like he may be able to continue until this, involving him and Bobby Gerhart and a few others. So going to be some here, right here. Brian Scott runs right in the back of Tyler Young. Bobby Gerhart in the back of Brian Scott, and there's the 84 Mason Mingus. They're all stacked up here, and there's the one of James Busher. Looks like he got involved, and big old mess here. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Brad Keselowski, Darrell Wallace Jr., the only Rouse car not involved in that crash. They make up your top three, and they'll be your leaders when we go back green right after the break. Going back green, but only 6 to go here at Daytona. Out in front of the field is the number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Brad Keselowski, Darrell Wallace Jr., Matt Kenseth, and Jeremy Clements, your top 5. Clements in line to possibly get his best career finish here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Brendan Gaughan, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon with damage, Brendan Poole, and Landon Cassidy, your top 10. Michael Self, John West Townley, Brandon Jones, Cole Custer, Ryan Truex, and then you got Daniel Suarez, Ryan Reed, Parker Kligerman, Blake Cook, and Cale Conley. Ross Chastain, David Starr, Tyler Young, Mason Mingus, Jeb Burton, Brandon Godovic, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Ryan Ellis, Derek Coop, and Joey Gase. Mark Thompson, Benny Gordon, Eric Almirola, and Bobby Gerhart. The 34 drivers remaining on track. Out of the race, James Busher, Ryan Scott, Ryan Sieg, Cole Witt, Chris Busher, and Josh Berry. So Berry's first start at Daytona will end with a last place finish. But can Dale Jr. hang on? Brad Keselowski, can he finally get that first Daytona win? What about Darrell Wallace Jr.? He's never won a race before in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Matt Kenseth and Jeremy Clements, Gaughan, Jones, Dillon, Poole, and Cassidy, top 10. Run away here at Daytona. And a great jump of the 88 of Dale Jr. You know, two drivers I'm looking at who can really help each other could be that 20 and that 11, Matt Kenseth and Eric Jones. A lot of these guys, or the 3 of Ty Dillon, should he be quick, and the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Teammates could very well come in hand at the end of the race. Dale Jr., he has none. Josh Berry involved in that crash, and then you got Cole Custer, who's outside the top 10 right now. Now, what if he has any damage or anything? I don't believe he does, but we'll find out as Kenseth in the middle, Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside. They're making the way out of turn number 4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 leads the field to the line. 5 to go from Daytona. Can Jr. hang on? What about Kenseth? Can he get around that 88? Darrell Wallace third, getting helped by that number 11 of Eric Jones on the inside lane. Don't forget about that 22 of Keselowski on the outside. Jeremy Clements, Brendan Gaughan, Brendan Poole inside the top 10. And how about Michael Self for Johnny Davis's number 0 team? Running full-time in 2016, Michael Self right now inside the top 10, moving by Ty Dillon. John West Townley running full-time in 2016. Up inside the top 10, or right outside the top 10. And Ty Dillon holding back his teammate Brandon Jones. Then you got Landon Castle 13th, or looks like he's actually 16th now. Blake Cook, Cale Conley, Parker Kligerman, and Ross Chastain. Looks like all three TriStar entries are up inside the top 20 right now. Top 21. As battle for the lead now, the 22 Keselowski on the inside of Eric Jones. 3 wide for the lead now, the 42 Brennan Poole. Can he possibly get a win? Brennan Poole had a lot of bad luck in his rookie year last year. Ran about 15 races last year. And really did not really show a lot of strength in that 42 car. But then they find something this year. Right now, up inside the top 5. Jones has his teammate Matt Kenseth pushing him to the line. Can Jones get the win? Darrell Wallace up top, the only Roush car who can win this race. And right when I say that, I see that number 16 of Ryan Reed, the defending winner at Daytona. How about John West Townley? Won his first career NASCAR race last year at Las Vegas in the Truck Series. There'll be 2 to go. Next time by. And then you got Jeremy Clements, John West Townley, Michael Self, Brennan Poole trying to get the best career finish. Darrell Wallace trying to get career win number 1 on the outside of Eric Jones. And look at that 16 of Ryan Reed. Could he possibly go back-to-back wins? It could very well be done. 2 to go at Daytona, this time by for Eric Jones. Last night it was a photo finish between Johnny Sauter and rookie Cody Coughlin for Kyle Busch Motorsports. What will we see today? Will it be Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones side by side? What about Ryan Reed and Matt Kenseth? Brendan Gaughan on the inside of that number 62 car. Coming to the white flag next time by, who is in the best seat to win the race? Kenseth trying to get down in front of that 16 of Ryan Reed. He's on the inside. Matt Kenseth in that 20. Makes it 3 wide on the number 22 of Keselowski. Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, and Dale Jr. running in tomorrow's NASCAR Spring Up Series Daytona 500. Trying to get their season going on a high note with a win here tonight. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go at Daytona. Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth now side by side with Eric Jones. Keselowski clears to number 11 in the 20. Kenseth still on the inside. What lane is the 22 block? And look at the run by the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. Can he get to the inside? Here he comes. Darrell Wallace on the inside of Brad. Can he get there? He is. He's there. But look at Matt Kenseth on the inside. There'll be 3 wide off turn number 4. He will have the edge when they get to the line. Door to door to door. 3 wide to the stripe. Brad Keselowski on the outside. Will it be enough? Keselowski wins at Daytona. Brad Keselowski wins the Power Series QQQ 300 from Daytona. He finally gets that first elusive win here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona. The number 22 Team Penske Ford wins at Daytona in a photo finish with Darrell Wallace Jr. and Matt Kenseth. It looks like it will be Darrell Wallace Jr. who will be your points leader after today's race. Eric Jones second and Ryan Reed third in points. But what a finish and what a win by Brad Keselowski. He is your winner here tonight at Daytona. Whew. Let's go back and look at that finish one last time. Brad Keselowski on the outside, he got pushed by Eric Jones. I think that may have been the advantage because Darrell Wallace and Matt Kenseth, Ryan Reed and Brendan Poole not on their back bumpers. But down to the line, Brad Keselowski has enough to hang on and get his first career win at Daytona. Look at that right there. 3 wide at the line. The 22 out in front of the field. And a career best finish for that number 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr., Matt Kenseth 3rd, Erik Jones 4th, and if that 5th would be that number 16, no, it would be the 88 of Dale Jr. So that is pretty much all from the NASCAR Xfinity Series Power Series Q. We hope you enjoyed today's race at Daytona. Tomorrow, the biggest race of the weekend, the Daytona 500, the 58th running of the Grand American Race, and the number 22 of Joey Logano will start on the pole, alongside the 41 of Kurt Busch. Brian Scott, Kevin Harvick, and Brian Vickers make up your top 5 on the grid. And thank you for watching today's coverage of the Power Series QQQ 300. Right now, you should already be seeing your official results here at Daytona, and also coming out will be your point standings after race number 1 here in 2016. Next weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, if I can talk, will be live from Atlanta Motor Speedway next weekend. So we'll see you then. Congrats to Brad Keselowski on his first career win at Daytona. For Team Penske, I'm Eric Burton in the booth. We'll see you tomorrow for the Daytona 500 for race number 1 in the 2016 NASCAR Spring Cup Series season.